Chase Lihaki with the Blue Futon, and another Indian movie is on the docket. 3 Idiots. Are you an idiot? Am I an idiot? What kind of degree do I have? Let's find out. So first, let's answer that question. What is my degree in? I do have a bachelor's in geospatial science, as well as an MBA in business. So I do contracting. My geospatial has nothing to do with what I do in the real world. But you know what? It's good degrees, even though my brother has like a liberal arts degree, makes more than me. Anyway, let's continue on to this movie, 3 Idiots. What's it about? Well, it's about 3 students in a college and engineering school. Will they make it? Will they survive? Is his headmaster just all about engineering? Is India with the males all about engineering, and the females about doctors? So, did I like this movie? I enjoyed this movie for what it was. It was a fun time, good laughs, good comedy, good story. But with that, I will give you the negatives first because, like I said, all movies have negatives. Okay, maybe some don't, like Minari. Minari was like almost a perfect movie. So with this one, little nitpick, 3 Idiots. I don't know if I like the title of the movie. In all honesty, these people aren't idiots. They're basically geniuses. They're going to succeed in life. I understand what they're trying to do with this title, like 3 Idiots, kind of like that. But it wasn't more like a Dumb and Dumber. For some reason, I was expecting more like a Dumb and Dumber style of people trying to make through the school. That is incorrect with that thing. So I went in kind of dumbfounded, like, oh, that is not right. Number 2, some of the story elements. For example, when they go to the college and they're doing the hazing with the freshmen and seniors, that really only happens one time in the movie, and they kind of drop that whole thing. I wish they kind of shown that element a little bit more when they were going through the 4 years at this university, but they didn't. I understand why they're doing it. They wanted more serious elements to show up in this movie, as well as the love interest, and we will continue to that love interest. I don't know if I really connected with that chemistry of both those actors. Some of it just felt a little bit off, as well as their main song about the hour and 15-minute mark, the Jabari one. I'm saying it completely wrong, but that song really overstated its welcome. It was like, okay, I understand what we're doing. Continue on with this song. It's kind of getting old and repetitive, and it was pretty repetitive when it got to the very end. They were repeating the same stuff over and over again. So out of all Indian movies I've seen, this is the one where the song, I was like, it's repetitive. Yeah, the KGF number 2 at the very end, that one took me out of the movie as well. But this one I just think overstayed its welcome just a little bit too much. And then there's, to me, a little bit too much crying in this movie. I know that, Jack, wait, too much crying? It's not like there was too much crying. I feel like the crying was overdone in this movie. There were some elements where people didn't need to cry, but they were crying in the moment. So I was like, okay, step back. Understand that you'll be crying if someone tried to commit suicide or elements like that. But there was other stuff where it's like, oh, hug it out and cry. I was like, I don't know if that's a crying moment, but there were some good ones, especially like when the kid is born. Like I said, some suicide elements. So yes, there are some elements to the crying, but some of it was a little bit overdone. And I would say that's about it. Those are like really small nitpicks. Like I said, the title of the movie, the dancing being a little too long, the chemistry, the love interest was just a little bit iffy for me. But I feel like this story really resonates with other Indian movies I've seen. So what do I mean by that? I just watched Jana Gana Mana. And that one is also about a university revolution, about a teacher getting killed. Well, this movie also deals with suicide. So that is why I kind of wish that Jana Gana Mana went with more of the suicide route, about how apparently in India more students in the country die from suicide rather than sickness, if I remember that line correctly. So like I said, with that movie and this one focused more on the suicides, especially multiple characters and how they're going to get through the school. And Jana Gana Mana, holy cow. I hope when the second one comes out, it more focuses on that storyline, but I don't think that one will. That one's going to more focus on the political revolution, which I don't know if I'm going to be really a fan of going in that route. but we're talking about Three Idiots. I do think the acting and the actors playing their part were really strong, even though I checked their ages. Their ages don't match at all with this. I understand what they're trying to do because they needed the age to match when they're going older, 10 years later. But when they were younger, you could kind of tell there might have been some de-aging. Probably not. It's been 2009, but some makeup effects. And I do think that works with that. So like I said, I think the story's pretty great. The acting's great. The message is great about university. Where I went to my college was very strict as well. Freshman year, you got to carry your book bags. You couldn't wear it. And rules like that. I did fail multiple courses in college, so I had to do summer school. I couldn't take my 3-week break over the summer. It's okay. Wasn't the best at Calc 2 because apparently at my place of studies, it's not about math. It's about explaining in paragraphs how you do calculus. Failed at that. I failed at swimming. Yes, I failed swimming. I think I failed either biology 2 or chemistry 2. Or no, not biology, physics 2 or chem 2. And I was very close in failing the Aristotle bullshit about, oh, kids are sexual at like age 1. I bombed that like final with a 39%. But that's talking about me personally. And it kind of deals with the university language of Three Idiots. So that's why I'm kind of talking about it. But I do think overall, like I said, it's a technically well-made movie. It is a 2-hour and 45-minute movie. Could have been shorter, yes, if they got rid of that song in the middle, or at least shorten it and got 15 minutes off. Even though it's a 2-hour and 30-minute movie, it had good story elements of going to the past, to the present, to the past, and the present, and connecting the stories. And I do wish that 15 minutes I'm talking about, they kind of take it off of that, singing thing in the middle and more focused on the main professor at the very end of the whole wedding crashing scene. I do think adding a little bit more dialogue with that and the connection to the very end would have been a little bit more crisper in my opinion. So, like I said, there's very, very little nitpicky elements to this movie, but I think overall it's well made, well shot, well acted, well directed, and overall it is a great story about not giving up, follow your dreams, what's your passion. And I can kind of relate with that because I still want to write screenplays. I am doing that. And it's not like I'm stopping my passion, but with my work, what I'm doing right now, it almost feels like I had to be on a back burner for what I have to do in the real world. And that's why I feel like I understand the whole passion route, but there is also some sacrifices you need to take to get to point A to point B. And that's where we're at in a society where people want, and they won't negotiate and be like, you know what, I might have to make a little bit of sacrifice to get the overall big picture. And I do think that message is true and needs to be shown in this movie, even though, kind of says follow your passion. There is some elements of, you know what, you can follow your passion, but there are sacrifices that do need to be made. And you know what, there might be some choices in life that you might not like, that you might be like, you know what, it sucks to suck, but I at least got to do this for a year to get to my final goal. So Three Idiots will receive a 4.5 out of 5 with Futon, which equals that 90%. I'm pretty shocked I'm giving it a 90%. Those nitpicks aren't that big, so we're going with that 90. So see the critics and user scores gave this one. So you have the critics a 100%, audience score a 93% with over 10,000. So this has been actually seen by a lot of people. So those 100% with 13, what's the overall? We have a 3 out of 4, a 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, a 5 out of 5. So we have some, 60s to 100%. So it seems like it's a little bit more mixed of the 100%, but it works for a movie. I think I'm giving it a 90% because the message is very strong. If the message didn't punch at the very end, it would have been an 80. So 100, 90, 93. Chase out with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Booftonian. You Booftonians, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Thanks for the recommendation. I think the next one on the list is PK. And PK has the same actor as Three Idiots.